Hello students, welcome to class 11 session with me. Uh, we are bound to have this kind of session because of the present situation going on. Anyway, I know about your feelings, your situation, like the board exam is not yet over. Still, you have to manage and start class 11's classes. Anyway, I will start with this subject's introduction in today's introduction class. Economics, the subject is very new to most of you. Basically, most of you are facing this subject for the first time in life. Maybe some of you had economics in class 9, 10, but some of you. Till class 10, you have studied English, Bengali or Hindi, physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, history, geography, physical education or computer applications or commercial applications. And some of you, instead of maths as an option, you had economics. But there is nothing to worry that in class 11 and 12, there will be huge problem for those students who did not have economics till class 10. Nothing to worry. Believe me, there is nothing to worry. This subject, like any other subject, if you are a little serious, if you just follow what I'm teaching, if you follow the instructions, and if you go through whatever I'll give you, it will be damn easy for you. You'll be able to understand that slowly and gradually. Anyway, without any fear in mind, just enjoy the classes. I think this subject will become an interesting subject to you. Firstly, the first chapter of the syllabus given by the council, ISC Council for class 11, is regarding introduction only. Is regarding introduction. That is why the first chapter's name is given as Definitions of Economics. Because firstly, you need to know what is economics. In the past, I've asked many students who also had faced this subject for the first time in class 11, or sometimes I've asked some laymen who did not have any knowledge of this subject, who did not know what is economics, and from them I got a reply which is very obvious. Most of them answered, economics is all about money. Economics is all about money, they told. But you know, this feeling, this idea, this notion, I also had when I did not have this subject in my academic career or curriculum. I also had an idea or notion that economics is about money. But basically, truly, as a matter of fact, economics is not only about money. Then, economics is truly about human behavior. Economics is not only about money, it is about human behavior. It is concerned with activities of human beings. What people do to satisfy themselves. People earn money, people produce goods, people produce services, then people consume, that means use goods and services, and different other activities. So these activities that people do, these are meant for welfare of the people. So bringing about or making welfare for the people, they do these activities. And economics, the subject is basically about human activities meant for human welfare. Okay, now this is the basic thing. One more thing, whether many of you may have a dilemma whether economics is a science or an art. Whether economics is a science or an art. Let me tell you about that. As science subjects, you know physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics. As art subjects, what is art? By art or art subjects, we mean literature subjects, English, Bengali, Hindi, Nepali, Urdu, Malayalam, or whatever. And also certain other things, certain other subjects like visual art, painting, performance art, performing art like acting, dancing, then music. All these are under the category of art. Okay. Now in the past, there had been a lot of controversy regarding this question, whether economics is a science subject or an art subject. Then there was no end to this controversy. And now, earlier it was believed that economics is an art subject. But nowadays, at present in the whole world in different universities, it is accepted that economics is also a science subject. It is also a science subject. And some people say that economics is a social science. Some other people say economics is a human science. But it is science. Now you may say, if I ask you, what is science? Why is economics science? What is science then? See, science is a systematic body of knowledge to which we find relevance with the surroundings occurrences, with the occurrences in our surroundings. A systematic body of knowledge to which we find relevance with the occurrences in front of us in our surroundings. That is science. Like, I'll give an example. What is science? From physics, this example is. In the early childhood, I've seen children or a child doing this, making fun, when the child or that kid goes to the washroom or the toilet or the bathroom. Basically, I call it bathroom. The parents tell him or her, the child, to go to the bathroom or washroom and take a bath. Maybe the child's age is about 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, like that. And there's a bucket full of water and there's a mug. So you take a bath. The child goes, then the mother is busy in kitchen work or something else. Now, the child has a tendency, very common thing, the child has a tendency now, before taking a bath, when the kid or the child observes that there's a bucket full of water and there's a mug, the child tries to immerse the mug inside the bucket full of water. And then when he or she tries to do that, the child feels that from within the bucket, as if somebody is forcing the child's hand up. And the child is afraid of this. The child screams and asks the parent, like the mother or the father, that what is happening here? Somebody is there inside the bucket. My hand is being pushed up. A force is there. The mother or the father comes, sees it, and then the mother or the father can relate this to a theory of science which they had learned long back. I hope you can understand that law, that theory of physics, Archimedes' principle or buoyant force, upthrust. Say, this is science. This is science. When something which is occurring in front of us in our surroundings, we can find relevance of that to a theory which we have learned, the systematic body of knowledge that we have learned. So this is science. Now we can consider economics as a science. Let me tell you how. In economics also, many theories are there, and some elementary theories are there. And in our surroundings, we find that there is relevance of that theory to the surrounding occurrence, the occurrence in our surroundings. We can find the relevance. Like, we often buy a use and throw pen, Agni gel, Lysogel, those things which are suppose rupees 5, rupees 3 per pen. Now, when the price is rupees 3 per pen, suppose a person is buying, the consumer, the customer is buying, in 1 month he is buying 7 pens. Okay. Now, in the next few months, what happens is the price of the pen goes on increasing. From 3 rupees, it comes to 5 rupees, from 5 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, it goes on increasing the price. Then, as a customer, as a consumer, what will be your tendency? If you are the consumer, you will have a tendency to buy less. Yes, this happens. People have a tendency to buy lesser and lesser when the price goes up. This thing we can see commonly amongst the people. Now, there is a relevance of this. We can find the relevance of this to a theory in economics, a very basic theory. It's called law of demand. Law of demand. And law of demand says when the price of a commodity rises, its quantity demanded falls. And when the price of a commodity falls, its quantity demanded rises. See, this is the reason. It's very much like science subject, like physics or chemistry or maths or biology. That is why we say economics is science. Fine. Now, I said that economics is also art. Not only science, also art. How? What is art? Basically, art is also a set of knowledge. Actually, this is a set of guidelines. Art is a set of guidelines which we follow, and by following the guidelines, a person creates something new. A person creates something new, a new creation is made. This is art. Like when Rabindranath Tagore or Rabindranath Thakur had created his poems and novels and stories and songs, that was new creation. He followed Bengali grammar, the guidelines, the knowledge that he had, and he had created those creations. Shakespeare or any other literary personality, if you consider, they had created new things. If I consider some other type of art like painting, often I find that little children, when they are taught how to draw and paint, then they are given a picture and you copy it. You make a similar picture, draw and then make colors, put colors. This is actually not art. Art is when a person, the painter, by following the guidelines, there is also grammar in painting and drawing. So by following that grammar, when a person, when the painter creates something new, his new creation, his idea, his expression, his feelings being expressed in the painting, this is a new creation. So this is art. Likewise, economics is also art. How? I hope most of you, at least you have heard about budget. You have heard about budget. The finance minister makes the budget. Now, generally speaking, the finance minister is a person from economics background. Now, when he makes the budget, he doesn't copy the previous finance minister's budget or the previous year's budget. He follows the knowledge of economics which he had. He follows the political guidelines which his political party gives him. So by following a set of guidelines, he creates the new budget. This is one example to cite that yes, economics is an art. So these things I've told to establish the fact, to make you understand that economics is both a science and an art. Economics is both a science and an art. Okay. Now let me focus into the first chapter that you will have to face. That is definitions of economics. In this you have to study, actually not your syllabus includes this, in every curriculum or course when this subject is newly introduced, this chapter is there. Mind you, in class 9, some students when they face the subject for the first time, this chapter is there. I know in BCom or BA, graduation level, there are several students, many students who face this subject for the first time because they had come from science background or some other course where economics was not there. So in the BCom or BA or BSc, that is the graduation first year, at first in the beginning only, this chapter is there. Definitions of economics. Now, for economists' definitions we have to study. You will have a question in your mind, I'm sure, that who is an economist? I uttered the word economist. Who is an economist? Very easy. A person who does research work on science is called scientist. Then a person who does research work on economics is called economist. Okay. We have to study the definitions of 4 economists. 4. Number 1, Adam Smith's definition. Now, Adam Smith is a very famous economist in the ancient times, and Adam Smith is also considered as father of economics. He is known as father of economics. So, first definition. Number 2, the second definition that you have to study will be of Alfred Marshall. Marshall. Alfred Marshall's definition. The third definition that you'll have to study was given by a person whose name is Lionel Robbins. This name will be very interesting to you because Lionel, this first name is Lionel, and you know a person in the football arena who is very famous, and his name is Lionel Messi. Then that is why you may remember this name, Lionel Robbins, very easily. Anyway, Robbins spelling is Robbins. Lionel Robbins. And the fourth definition was given by Paul Samuelson. Paul Samuelson. These 4 definitions you have to study. Okay. Now, when I'll go into the details of these definitions, basically the first 3, don't think that this definition which we are dealing with is the perfect definition. No, may not be. Actually, the first 3 definitions are not considered as perfect definitions. I'm telling you beforehand only that the last definition, the 4th definition, which is Paul Samuelson's definition, this is considered by all, one and all in the whole world, as the best definition, the perfect definition. Paul Samuelson's, that is the 4th definition. But we have to study the first 3. So let me go into the details of the first definition that was given by Adam Smith. The first definition was given by Adam Smith. Adam Smith's definition goes like this. Economics is the science which inquires into the nature and causes of the wealth of nations. Economics is the science which inquires into the nature and causes of the wealth of nations. This is the definition. Now in the beginning, right in the beginning of his definition, he says economics is the science. Well enough. I've already told you that economics is science. So when Adam Smith has told you that economics is science, it is not a fault, it's okay. Which inquires into, which deals with, which studies. What does it study according to Adam Smith? I'm not saying, others are not saying, Adam Smith said that economics, the subject, studies the nature and the causes of the wealth of nations. Nation means a country. A country. Then how a nation or a country acquires wealth, and what is the nature of that wealth? That is the subject matter of economics according to Adam Smith. Okay. I'm repeating. What is the nature of the wealth and how, in what way, what are the causes? How do the people of the nation? Actually, he meant the people of the nation, because a nation or a country means a geographical boundary of a country, of the land. Geographical boundary of land cannot acquire the wealth. The people of the nation, actually he meant the people, the citizens of the nation. So he states that how the people of the nation, how the people of the country can acquire the wealth, how they can get the wealth, and what is the nature of the wealth. This is the subject matter of economics. Okay, this is Adam Smith's definition. Now, this definition is not a very perfect one. I'll go into the details later. Now, this was the first definition. This is not flawless. There are defects. I'll go into that. The criticisms against this definition, also the features of this definition. I'll go into that. But before that, I've decided that I will be stating all the four definitions. Second definition was given by Alfred Marshall. So Marshall's definition goes like this. Political economy or economics is the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examines that part of individual and social actions which is most closely connected with the attainment and with the use of material requisites of well-being. Thus, it is on one side the study of wealth, and on the other and more important side the study of man. I repeat the entire definition, the whole definition. Let me repeat. Political economy or economics is the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examines that part of individual and social actions which is most closely connected with the use, with the attainment and with the use of material requisites of well-being. Thus, it is on one side the study of wealth, and on the other and more important side, the study of man.